Betrayal strikes at the core of human experience, inflicting emotional wounds that can outlast any physical pain. In the framework of Stoic philosophy, where inner peace, self-respect, and rational detachment are paramount, certain betrayals go beyond ordinary hurt. They represent deliberate violations of trust and integrity, the bedrock of meaningful human relationships. These betrayals are not to be ignored or forgiven lightly, not out of a thirst for revenge, but out of a commitment to self-preservation and moral clarity. Stoicism encourages us to face reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. That includes recognizing when someone has crossed a line so deeply that reconciliation is neither wise nor warranted. Forgiveness may be a noble virtue, but not when it comes at the cost of your well-being. The Stoic response is not about clinging to anger but about preserving one's dignity by walking away. This video explores 3 types of betrayal that, according to Stoic wisdom, should never be forgiven. 1. Disloyalty. The ultimate violation of trust. Loyalty is more than a virtue. It is the foundation of all meaningful relationships. Whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or a family member, loyalty sustains the emotional safety that allows us to be vulnerable and authentic. When someone betrays that loyalty, it is not merely a mistake, it is a conscious decision to prioritize their self-interest over your relationship. Disloyalty can manifest in various forms: a partner's infidelity, a friend's gossip, or a relative's self-serving choices. No matter the context, it reveals a deeper truth about the person's character. Marcus Aurelius, a central figure in Stoic philosophy, wisely stated, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This reminds us not to retaliate but to detach, preserve our peace, and walk away with integrity. Forgiving disloyalty, especially repeated instances, is not a sign of virtue but of self-betrayal. It tells the disloyal person that they can hurt you without consequence. Instead, as Seneca advised, we should associate only with those who uplift us and act with integrity, even in our absence. Loyalty, once broken, signals the end of true connection. The strongest move is not to fight for lost loyalty, but to walk away, never looking back. 2. Deception. The poison that destroys relationships. Lies are not harmless. Whether they are big or small, overt or hidden, lies are weapons that corrode trust and destroy the foundation of relationships. A lie is not just a failure of truth, it is a manipulation of reality that leaves the other person confused, vulnerable, and often questioning their own judgment. Deception reveals a person's willingness to control the narrative for their own benefit, disregarding the emotional consequences for others. From a Stoic standpoint, this is an unacceptable breach of virtue. Seneca once remarked that a dishonest man eventually deceives himself. But that doesn't mean we should suffer alongside them. If someone has chosen deception over honesty, they've shown you who they really are, and that's a truth you must accept. Some justify deception by claiming it's human nature or that little lies are harmless. Stoicism rejects this relativism. Any act of deceit that breaks trust is a violation. When you continue to tolerate lies, you invite more of them. The Stoic path calls for emotional detachment from those who lie. Rather than trying to uncover the full extent of their deception, the Stoic response is to recognize the breach, accept the reality, and remove the person from your life. Forgiving a liar often leads to more lies, not fewer. Dishonesty and respect cannot coexist. Once someone has shown they are willing to lie, any future connection is tainted by uncertainty and mistrust. 3. Broken trust. The irreparable damage that ends all bonds. Trust is the invisible glue that holds all relationships together. It allows us to open up, to share, and to grow in connection with another person. Once that trust is broken, whether through disloyalty, deception, or intentional harm, it can rarely be restored to its original state. Many make the mistake of believing that trust can be rebuilt after betrayal. But Stoic wisdom sees trust like a mirror. Once shattered, it may be pieced together, but the cracks will always remain. Marcus Aurelius advised us not to focus on the wrongs committed against us, but to reflect on what we can do in response. And in cases of broken trust, the proper response is self-preservation. Continuing a relationship after someone has betrayed your trust is like rebuilding a home on a crumbled foundation. Even if they apologize, even if they try to make amends, the knowledge of their betrayal lingers, and with it, doubt, anxiety, and fear. The mental burden of waiting for the next betrayal is far more damaging than the pain of letting go. Forgiving broken trust is not a gift, it's often a setup for repeated pain. Seneca warned, "He who spares the guilty punishes the innocent." By giving another chance to someone who betrayed you, you risk sacrificing your peace for someone who already proved they don't deserve it. A Stoic does not cling to what is broken. Instead, they learn the lesson, set firm boundaries, and move on. Final thoughts. The Stoic path to emotional strength. Betrayal teaches us who truly belongs in our lives, and who never did. Not every act deserves forgiveness, and not every apology warrants a second chance. Disloyalty, deception, and broken trust are not just mistakes, they are clear messages about a person's values. A Stoic does not respond with rage or vengeance. Instead, they respond with detachment, clarity, and self-respect. To walk away from betrayal is not weakness, it is strength. It is the affirmation that your peace, dignity, and integrity are worth more than any relationship based on lies. Emotional resilience comes not from tolerating betrayal but from refusing to entertain it. Let go without bitterness, but never forget. In the end, the strongest move is not revenge, it is indifference. Walk away. Never look back. And build a life where betrayal has no place.